What's up, Nerf Herders? Welcome to Take One Movie Reviews, where all reviews are done in one take. And it's been 22 years in the making since the first Jurassic Park, and finally John Hammond's vision has come to fruition in Jurassic World. Now, Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies of all time, so without a doubt, this was on my most anticipated films for the year, and I'm sure it's on plenty other people's lists as well. And this film really ignores the last two sequels. It serves more as a direct sequel to the first film. And the plot here, you got your functioning theme park, and just like any theme park, you need to keep new attractions coming to keep your guests satisfied and make them want to keep coming back. So they decided to start crossing genetics with different dinosaur species to produce hybrid dinosaurs, and the first of which is the Indominus Rex. And of course, they don't take proper precaution with everything. The Indominus Rex gets loose, and all hell ensues from that. So the big question, is Jurassic World worth the wait? Was all the anticipation worth it? Yeah, I say absolutely. I really enjoyed Jurassic World a lot. From the very beginning, I was sucked into this movie, and I think that was really important, to grab the audience right from the get-go, and I was right there. I was super emotional in this movie. They had a perfectly placed scene, and just with the music and, the cinematography, I was just completely engrossed into it, and I was tearing up right in the beginning of this movie from that. The acting in the movie is really good. Chris Pratt, who is coming off, super hot off Guardians of the Galaxy, he is like the big star now. I thought he was phenomenal in the movie. Bryce Dallas Howard, I thought, did a really good job. And the two kids in here, I really liked as well. They're brothers, and I thought they were very believable as siblings, and just the relationship they would have, with their different ages and everything. So I was really on board with that. Of course, this is about dinosaurs, so we get a lot of dinosaurs. For the most part, the dinosaurs that are in here, we've seen them before, but we do have a couple of new additions, and one of them being the Indominus Rex. And I don't want to get into too much detail with the Indominus Rex because, at least from what I was paying attention to, they did a pretty good job keeping things secretive about this dinosaur. But I will say, I thought the dinosaur looked really good. I liked its mannerisms, and it was a very ferocious dinosaur. So I was really on board with that dinosaur, and that was the one thing I was a little bit weary about going into this movie, that they were going to have, these cross-genetic hybrid type dinosaur, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. It's a really awesome dinosaur. Another new addition we get in here is trained raptors, which we all saw in the trailer, and I thought they handled that really well. It wasn't, overbearing, and it wasn't stupid or, a nonsense type thing. I thought they did a really good job making that a believable aspect in the film, so I was really on board with that. There's a lot of callbacks to the original Jurassic Park 2, which I really liked. Some things extremely obvious that everybody's going to pick up on, but there's a couple little things hidden in between the cracks there, that if you're paying attention, you'll pick up on. And that's one thing I really liked about the movie. It wasn't trying to be Jurassic Park, It did a good job, standing on its own. We're at the original island again, which is super awesome. There's a lot of nostalgia to all that. But, we've seen the dinosaurs. We already know what the dinosaurs look like, so you don't have to try to create these awe-inspiring moments that we've seen. You cannot capture the magic that Jurassic Park had. The first time, when they revealed the Brachiosaurus and the look on everybody's eyes, you can't capture that again, because it was the first time people were seeing dinosaurs. We're in this functioning park where this is a norm to the world now. So I'm glad that they didn't try to hold back and not show the dinosaurs. They give you all the goods right away, and good, because that's what everybody wants to see. Now this go around, the dinosaurs are all CGI'd. I think there was maybe one or two sections where they did use animatronics. But yeah, it's a lot of CGI for the dinosaurs in here, and it looked really good. I thought the CGI, for the most part, was all really good, but you do lose that realism that you get with the animatronics from, the first three Jurassic Parks. And that's really a minor complaint that I have with it, because the actors respond better to the animatronics. It looks better. Nothing can compare to how they did it in the first Jurassic Park. When that T-Rex comes out and they had the animatronic head coming, and it's right in the actors' faces, you need to be able to try to capture those kinds of things. And I think, there's parts in this movie that they could have went the extra mile, put in a little bit of the extra work, and, use animatronics. Clearly there's parts you have to use CGI, and you can't, get what you want with it. But I wish they would have went the extra mile for some of the animatronics. It just makes it feel that much more real. The only real kind of complaint with this movie is there's a subplot in there involving InGen that I just didn't care for too much. I thought it was an okay thing to bring up and have the discussion about, but it really had a bigger part in the movie than I wanted it to, and I didn't really feel it was necessary given the events that were actually taking place in the film. And it was all led by this douchebag character that I really didn't like. And it wasn't that I didn't like this guy because you're not supposed to like him. I just didn't like the guy's character at all. So could have done without that. But, other than that, Jurassic World was a super fun time. I got to see it with my girlfriend and my daughter and a couple friends. And it was so cool because my daughter had, you know, all those moments that I felt like I had when I was a kid seeing the first Jurassic Park. She's not much older than I was when the first one came out. And, you know, those moments where I was getting super excited in a theater and she was just grabbing onto me and, you know, I could tell she was super excited about stuff too, and it made it that much more of a fun experience. So Jurassic World I thought was phenomenal. It is definitely better than the last two. I absolutely loved this movie and I will be seeing it again in the theater and cannot wait till this bad boy comes out on Blu-ray. So if you guys have seen Jurassic World, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought about it. And I'm really curious, you know, I guess everybody would probably prefer the animatronics, but how did you feel the usage of the CGI was with the dinosaurs and, you know, the difference between that and using animatronics? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And until next time, keep on Nerf herding.